Ha ha ha, figured it out.
Oh, Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning.
Welcome. Whenever you're listening to this, if it's Wednesday morning, good morning.
This is not shot on Wednesday.
It's not, but you're listening to it on Wednesday. Maybe. Who knows?
Yes. Have a great Wednesday morning. Hopefully this helps.
Yes.
Today we are going to do, I don't know, do you call it a recap episode or?
Yeah.
We're going to go back to some old comments that we actually never got to. Kind of bad on us, but yeah, let's just start. I was going to, actually first thing we got to do the one thing segment, of course. So what's the one thing you're most terrified of?
One thing I'm most terrified of.
Oh, that camera's high.
Oh, I'm not that tall.
That's awesome.
Hang on.
We'll just leave it. I like
What
it.
do you mean? I just have to, don't look at my feet. My feet are going to be off the ground now.
Don't worry, it's not in frame.
It's okay, yeah. They just see from midsection up. That's okay. I just look, I don't know if it makes me look short or tall, but.
Y'all got to just watch. All right.
Yeah, you got to watch.
Anyway.
What's one thing I'm most terrified of?
Caught you off guard.
Yeah, because, like, I would say dying, but that's not really that scary because I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
So
Very true.
we're getting right
I mean,
into it.
it's still, I mean, your flesh doesn't want to die.
No, I would, yeah. I would say, like, maybe dying a really long and painful death.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like the most terrifying thing. I'm not terrified of a lot of things. I don't know. I'm just living life. I'm just here. You'd probably live, like a really long, drawn out, very painful death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's
Not
fair.
my favorite. So yeah, I actually was like, I don't know where you're going with this. I was like, most terrified of. All right, Wednesday morning.
Yeah, Wednesday morning is going crazy this morning. I would say mine, I think I've said it on the podcast, but afraid of regretting not doing something later on in my life.
Oh.
Like, I don't want to be
Fear of
90 years old
Yeah.
and be like, oh, I wish I would have at least tried it.
Yeah. What is it? I was gonna say stagnant. Being stagnant. Is it my grammar right?
I think so.
I think stagnant means, because I just, for
Stagnant.
some reason, stagnant rivers means rivers not flowing.
Okay.
So
Well, that's homeschool.
that's river no move, river be stagnant.
Yeah. First grade.
So anyway, yeah, go ahead.
That's funny. Well, yeah, I was going to first go into our shower thoughts episode. Comment what you comment down below what you thought of that title. We weren't sure, but
That
we
was
just
the first
went for it.
episode back, right?
First episode of season 2. So Daniel commented, which I should have had this verse when I talked about what I did. This is like a 20-second version of just pretty much kind of like how a basketball team correlates with the kingdom of God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And just pretty much the whole, everyone is a part of the body and everyone's needed in the body to do their responsibility or do their call or whatever to fulfill that. So just so not someone thinks they're higher than someone else and they're both valued, they're both needed. So I might as well just read it. It's 1 Corinthians 12 through 30. I'm just going to go through it here. And I'm reading in an ESV just in case you guys are mad. 1 Corinthians 12.
Okay.
And then we're going to the end of the chapter.
Okay.
For just as the body is one and has many members, and all the members of the body, though many, are one body, so it is with Christ. For in one Spirit we are all baptized into one body, Jews or Greeks, slaves or free, and all were made to drink of one Spirit. For the body does not consist of one member, but many. If the foot should say, because I am not a hand, I do not belong to the body, that would not make it any less part of the body. And if the ear should say, because I am not an eye, I do not belong to the body, that would not make it any less part of the body. If the whole body were an eye, man, this is kind of a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say.
17, if the whole body were an eye, where would be the sense of hearing? If the whole body were an ear, where would be the sense of smell? But as it is, God arranged the members in the body, each one of them as he chose. If all were a single member, where would the body be? As it is, there are many parts, yet one body. The eye cannot say to the hand, I have no need of you, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you. On the contrary, the parts of the body that seem to be weaker are indispensable. And on those parts of the body that we think less honorable, we bestow great honor, and our unpresentable parts are treated with greater modesty, which our more presentable parts do not require. But God has so composed the body, giving greater honor to the part that lacked it, that there may be no division in the body, but that the members may have the same care for one another. If one member suffers, all suffer together. If one member is honored, all rejoice together. Now you are the body of Christ and individually members of it. And God has appointed in the church first apostles, second prophets, third teachers, then miracles, then gifts of healing, helping, administrating, and various kinds of tongues. Are all apostles? Are all prophets? Are all teachers? Do all work miracles? Do all possess gifts of healing? Do all speak with tongues? Do all interpret? But earnestly desire the higher gifts, and I will show you a still more excellent way. So, pretty much, that's go back to the shower thoughts episode. I kind of dive into that a little bit more, but that set of verses there in 1 Corinthians, that's pretty much sums exactly what I was saying up just in scripture form, I guess.
Yeah.
So
don't let this just
really
be
good.
your Bible for the day. Go read your own Bible. Don't let us be the Bible for the day.
Read that whole chapter.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least.
Corinthians is always a good read.
Absolutely.
I don't think you can say anything's the Bible not a good read.
Yep.
There are some, more applicable books of the Bible than others.
Look at you being fancy with words.
I know. I don't know where
applicable.
I know.
What it was the first one? Stagnant. Yep.
Yeah.
Man.
Full of vocabulary today. So, okay, I'm going to go back to, let me find the date because I just had saved it. I just wrote it down. I did not. Oh, it was just from 4 days ago, when we met Jake. When I talked about dealing with color blindness, Brooklyn Stoltzfus, which we know, basically she said, how does dealing with a slight color blindness affect my job as a painter? Truth be told, not a lot. It's really not a big deal for me because I just paint colors and then they decide if they like it or not. So I don't really need to like it. Not a huge deal. Like I said, I think I said in the other episode, it's mostly greens and blues.
That you struggle with.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess
you kind of stay out of the color picking process.
Yeah,
though.
I don't tell people what to pick. I can, not to get too nerdy with it, but I can tell people different, maybe this gray will have a more tan undertone or a more blue undertone. I am pretty good with that because I've been used to it and used a lot of different colors. But yeah, truth be told, it doesn't really affect me that much. Man, you can really barely see me if I slouch, so I
might actually adjust the camera.
I mean, when I did it, you were sitting here when we did camera checks. So that's probably why I didn't think
I'm
to
a little
move it down.
taller.
Brevin's a little taller than me, in case you didn't notice.
Slightly.
Brevin, you go to the next one, and I'll fix myself. Okay. Okay.
Live view of Rendell fixing. Hopefully your mic's okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Next. I guess I'll answer this first, and I'll answer it on the fly, because I did not think of it. Brittany Pinnell asked this a while ago.
Which, I don't know who that is. Do you know
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I met her down at a conference in Dallas.
Oh, that's her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Super cool.
I gotcha.
If you could invite 3 people, historical figures, people alive today, so anyone,
okay,
to share a meal all together, who would they be and what topics would be brought up?
I like how in her example she said any Gen Z person.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. I mean, I'd probably have to go number 1 pick.
If
you got to go with Jesus.
I was going to say,
you got to go.
Jesus, yeah.
I mean, honestly, if you'd go Jesus, Peter, and Paul.
You'd have a pretty entertaining
That would be
meal.
Crazy. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
But
I would love, man. I would actually, if we're going biblical, well, I guess it's hard to pick and choose. You have Jesus, David, and Abraham.
Oh, yeah, true.
You got Moses yet. You have all the disciples. You have, Judas would be an interesting one.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it would be interesting.
It would be interesting.
If we're talking non-biblical, maybe more historical, what are we thinking there? I wouldn't mind Christopher Columbus.
Yeah.
I don't know how far back we want to go, like a historic of a Viking or
Napoleon. No. Napoleon.
Well, that just reminded me of Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, that's why I stopped.
Yeah, that's smart.
Trying to think of what I would do, actually. Who's been, like, uber successful? I'm going to think of it right after we're done with this little part, and then I'm going to be...
Well, you got,
I'm
like,
gonna
the
regret.
Elon Musks. You got the
Yeah.
Tim Cook. You have, yeah.
Goodness.
Mark Zuckerberg, the lizard they call him. Did you know that people say he looks like a lizard?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yikes. I do not
It's a
condone
meme.
that.
No.
Okay.
No, don't come after us.
Don't condone that.
Let's shut down our Facebook.
Yeah. I would, okay, like someone that would be interesting. I don't know if I'd really learn from, but like the Rockefeller, Carnegie, J.P. Morgan,
Oil
like
age.
some of those would be interesting just to listen to like their viewpoints. And I don't know. That always intrigues me. Like back then, obviously they didn't have worker unions and stuff. And it was horrible.
You know, it's interesting. I heard one time a question that was something along the lines of, like, if you had 5 minutes to go back 200 years or 300 years and try to explain what we have today, what would be the first thing you would bring up?
You know, the weird thing is, I've actually thought of that many times of like if I was thinking more like if I had a day.
Uh-huh.
Like everything.
Well, people might think you were a witch.
Well, they might think you were weird, especially like the Salem witch trials and stuff.
Uh-huh.
That was
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
crazy.
well, like, what would be? But I'm just saying.
But if you
going
had
back
5
to-
minutes, man.
Because, like, you're like, I don't want to. Yeah, I was gonna make a joke, but
Well, the thing is, like, okay, what would benefit them?
yeah,
Like, you know it's going to happen without you telling
was
them.
gonna
So
say-
what would be like beneficial to them?
because also you tell them that it could alter history. Because
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
true.
like, I was just thinking, like, World War II.
Yeah.
If you tell, well, yeah, I'm not trying to make anything dark, but like you tell the Jews to stay away
Oh, from
Germany. I mean, I don't know.
yeah.
Like, does
You
this
could-
alter history
You
or
could-
not?
That would be crazy.
I feel like it would have to, because if you would make them aware of it, they would have the knowledge to stay away from or do this differently, do that. It's just makes you think a little bit.
I mean, I honestly think, I mean, okay, you could probably go back to like World War II and stuff and be like, okay, do not do this battle, or like,
Yeah.
you guys got this, go for it. But
These are the good guys.
I think the best thing you could probably do is if you'd know medicine very well. I feel like that'd be a game changer of like stuff we know now. If
Yeah.
you'd be like a doctor or something, that would be really beneficial.
Yeah.
But
Well,
me
like-
myself, nope.
Well, yeah, it's like you have technology now, which is not even close to a thing. You have cars, airplanes. I mean, they had boats, I guess, but I mean,
Depends how far back we go.
yeah,
That would be, man, that's interesting.
yeah, I know. All right, well, we can keep going.
Speaking of that, well,
Okay.
I was just ready to say, there's a new game. Like, I'm not a big gamer. I mean, I used to play like 2K, did I ever? Yeah, I played Madden some, but
Okay.
anyway, just sports stuff. But there's a game called Gate Zero.
Okay.
It's like the first fully, like, actually Christian game.
No way.
It's kind of interesting. I
Gate
watched some
Zero?
gameplay. What's the guy's name? He's a big YouTuber. He has almost 1 million subscribers. Isaiah Salvador, I think,
Oh,
did a gameplay of
I've
it.
seen this. Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. I'm like, you know what? I don't know how to feel about that. Like, how do you feel about that?
Play the Bible.
It's, from what I saw, you have like some like grandma's riddle or whatever, and you're trying to figure this thing out. So you go back in Bible times, in the time of Jesus, back in Jerusalem, and then you just have different things to, like, you're finding clues and you're finding some of that stuff, but which that doesn't really intrigue me. But what does kind of is, you kind of get a feel for like, okay, now you got to go find this, and like he wanted to go into the temple to see something for a clue. Well, you know, now he's got to have the priestly garments, and so you kind of learn. Like, I feel like it'd be really cool to learn more about the culture and stuff and how things were. I think it'd be really interesting. So I think they just have like a beta version out right now, so I don't think the full version's out. I think it'll be a while yet, like
This is
probably within a year, but it's kind of interesting.
very cool. Well, I can read. It did have like a paragraph of
Yeah.
backstory here. It's just the game starts out in the year 2072 in the dystopian world of Terrapolis. You and your cousin Hector.
That doesn't sound really Christian. No,
I know.
Anyway.
Yeah, receive a cryptic mission from your eccentric late grandmother.
Eccentric.
Yeah.
Okay, that's another
More
big
vocabulary.
word. Wow.
She offers the chance to win her whole inheritance if you unlock the secrets of her mysterious pearl.
So you could win her inheritance.
Yeah. You and Hector decide to solve this mystery by going back to the source in his time machine, Gate Zero. The source being Bible Times.
Yep.
And then you go back and you try to just, I guess, figure out, or like you can, like the way it looks, like you can interact with gospel stories, like things that actually happened in the Bible, like first century.
See that? Yeah.
Like, that'd be cool.
Like the whole motive of the game, as far as like, oh, you could win her inheritance. Like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah. Not really interested. But that's cool. Like,
Pretty cool that it's realistic. Like.
yeah. Well, like part of the gameplay I watched was, and again, I'm not really a big gamer, but I'd almost be interested. Is like you could throw a rock to like distract the guards to get into the city and stuff.
Oh.
So like you had to like you with your controller like pick up the rock and like and the guards went. It's kind of cool. Like I don't know, but like I think it would be really cool, especially like what you said, be a part of some of those stories. Like that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
At least you could, I don't know, maybe get a better feel for how things work.
Yeah, like this one just says like you can witness the conflict between social groups, sneak into forbidden areas, and avoid danger.
Yeah.
So, man.
Kind of an interesting, yeah, I don't know. I was like, I don't know where I think it was on YouTube I saw it. It was kind of interesting. So anyway, that is with doing very minimal research. I don't know much about it, but I did see it, so just thought it was interesting. But
well, that's unfortunate. So right before this, my cousin Lori
anyway,
from
update.
My cousin Lori is currently on the side of the road on 77.
Still.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out. She said she had a coolant leak, so Mariah brought her more coolant, and she said she's still at the side of the road. So did the coolant not work? And so she said they're not going to be at volleyball. So.
Big sad moment.
Yeah. My cousin Lori, they're in for Thanksgiving, or kind of. She leaves Tuesday, which is yesterday if you're listening to this. Wednesday.
Oh my, I can't.
Think about that.
Mental gymnastics.
For us, Tuesday's tomorrow, but for them, Tuesday's yesterday.
True.
It did for a hot second.
Yikes.
Also, what's your Cash App?
That's great.
Because I bought the fluid.
So, whose car is it?
Lori, my cousin.
Oh, from PA,
it's a
too.
Chevy Cruze. Yeah, she lives in Cincinnati. She's going to school down there.
Chevy Cruze, my cousin had one and it did not work well. She had some mega issues.
I've not heard good things about Chevy Cruze.
No, they're cheap.
The leak must be fairly bad.
Maybe you guys have a Chevy Cruze and it works great, and I'm happy for you. But
what you're gonna do? I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. She's trying to figure out what to do.
Well, I'm trying to think here. We do have some voice messages, which we normally do towards the end of the episode.
Oy.
But I think we can actually.
Going for 18 minutes.
I think, yeah.
That was a fast 18 minutes.
I listened to these a little bit, so I feel like these can. These will work. So let me just go for it. Hopefully my mic's loud enough. Oh, is it gonna play off my?
Oh, should we figure out off?
Perspective. It's Randall's favorite.
That's not gonna work.
Do you want me to try it?
Do you know how to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, you play it.
Okay, here we go. Mariah Weaver. This is my sister. Did it play out the top or the bottom?
Top.
Top.
It's trash.
What? Oh, I'm no.
Oh, you recorded a message to her?
Yeah.
Nice.
Perspective. It's
That's
Randall's
loud.
favorite.
Why did it keeps?
Little sister Maya.
There we go.
Okay, so my question is about Christmas music. I am team.
It's when you can put it too
You
close
cannot
to your
listen
face.
Christmas music before Thanksgiving because that's so wrong. But I wanted to know what y'all think about Christmas music before or after Thanksgiving. That's it.
So look,
That's my younger sister.
that is Mariah.
Whoa.
That's the whoa.
It was a Christmas thing.
Oh, she
Yeah.
sent one.
No, it was
Oh.
like an ad on our Perspective Instagram.
It's a sign. This is shot before Thanksgiving, and that just played, so it's a sign that it's okay.
Well, you'll be listening to this on before Thanksgiving,
True.
hopefully.
Okay, this is where okay, you know the whole Roman Empire thing with the guys, like it's a thing, you know?
Oh, well, yeah.
So, like the ladies go up, like, oh, how often do you think of the Roman Empire?
You say any answer, and they're like,
No way! No. But honestly, I'm probably once a week. It's so weird. I'm not thinking about like everything about them, but I'm like, man, like how was the Colosseum really like that? Like, wow. That's just
yeah, I'm
crazy.
probably not quite once a week. I'm thinking more Bible times, like more than once a week.
Well, yeah.
Which is
And that's well, yeah, kind of.
kind of. It's
Kind
not
of.
the Roman Empire. Yeah.
But this is my Roman Empire thing.
Okay.
Is
What is your here?
What
What
is your Roman
Empire? That's the new segment.
Out
What
of
is your-
context, clip it.
Yeah. What is your Roman Empire?
My Roman Empire is Christmas music.
Okay.
Like, I weirdly think about it way too often.
Oh, okay.
Like,
gotcha.
during the year.
Oh, yeah.
I will probably, like, I know this is weird. I even told some of my coworkers, but I will, like, it'll come in my head and songs will be playing for probably, I would say, every 3 days, a Christmas song. Heat of the summer, July, and I'm, like, singing a Christmas song. So I'm always.
Okay.
So I don't think it's that bad.
I gotcha. Yeah, I can't say I do that.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
That's your Roman. That should be a new segment. What is your Roman
What's
Empire?
your Roman Empire? That might be an episode.
What do you think? That might be it. There we go. That might be the title. What's your Roman Empire? There
Just
we go.
things you think of randomly way too often.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wha-
that's really, huh.
What's your take? Are you with her?
What was she even saying? Trying to say, like, you can't listen before
Yeah.
or after?
Can you listen to Christmas music before Thanksgiving?
I mean, I don't, but
You're not gonna.
I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in charge of your life. You do whatever you want.
There it is.
I don't really.
You're kind of indifferent.
I'm indifferent. I feel like personally I can't listen to Christmas music until there's snow on the ground. It's hard for me to get in unless it's like, 15 degrees maybe, but it's been like 45.
True.
It's middle of November. It's not Christmas time yet.
Yeah.
It's still just kind of mid weather.
Just mid. Well, that's Ohio.
Yeah.
That's
literally.
funny.
Yeah, I know. But I was like, I don't know. When there's snow, I will sing away. I mean, I will listen to Christmas music all the time. But when there's not snow, it's hard for me to get into it. So.
It's beginning to look a lot like. I love that song. Anyway, way too much. I sing that way too much.
It's a fun one.
It is a fun one. I will. Is there another voice message?
I believe so. Didn't Taylor send one?
Yes, go for it.
You want me to? Okay. Oh, he's active right now. Oh. You know how you can see that on Instagram?
The green. Yep.
Yeah. Which also.
I don't think
just-
we've listened to this one either.
I did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really quick.
Really quick.
Something I think that's super creepy is you can see profile views on TikTok. Don't like that.
Profile. Oh.
If you view a profile, it will send them, not like a notification, but you can see who viewed your profile.
It's a little interesting. Can't
Yeah.
you do that? Yeah.
I don't think you can on Instagram.
No,
but,
no.
Not a fan of that. Not because of anything other than
I think
I
you
don't
c-
want to know.
Yeah, I think you can do that with LinkedIn too.
LinkedIn,
LinkedIn.
not my generation.
Nope.
All right, Taylor, what you got?
Hi, my name is Taylor Yoder. Shower thought of the day.
Oh.
If
I didn't
all
listen to
have
this.
varying pain tolerances, then if someone says this is the worst pain that they've ever felt, it actually could be. Because me stepping on a nail and someone else stepping on a nail, we
On a
might
male nail.
feel completely different pain levels. Just a shower thought.
That's really good. That's perfect.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Well, okay, so is he talking about? Because okay, there's people who get hurt all the time, and every little thing is ouch, on the floor, and you get up, and it's like 5 minutes later they're fine. AKA soccer players.
Hey, Rag.
So that just came to mind right as I was talking. Did not pre-think
That's
that
a
at
clip.
all.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, soccer players. I mean,
So, like, is it an across the board thing, or is it just like, okay, me and you hit our hand against a nail or something, and I think it hurts and you don't, and then the next thing happens and we like step on a Lego,
I stub my toe, and you stub your toe, and I'm like, oh man, dude,
and I'm like, nah, it wasn't that bad. So is your pain tolerance overall, or is it specific to different things?
like almost could be like sharp objects.
That
or
like
weight.
or like extra sensitive feet or
Yeah.
hands or like.
Because I was thinking, like,
Yeah.
what if, like, your foot would, like, not get crushed, but, like, let's say you drop a weight on it and that doesn't hurt, but, like, just poking a nail or, like, just even, like, a needle or something like that, like, just poking it, that could hurt almost more than that.
True.
So what if people have pain tolerances for different, like, one has more of a weight tolerance and one has more of a
Could be.
sharp thing
Yeah,
tolerance?
because I mean, I've had people be like, something happens and it's like the end of the world. It's just the worst. Oh, it hurts so bad, and I'm like, okay, I don't know about that. Does it?
Yeah.
But you're
Because
not.
for me, it doesn't. Or, like, for me,
Yeah.
it wouldn't.
And then some people just, yeah. Well, I remember when I was on site, like my pain tolerance was, like I could handle a lot. So like one time I was stapling like these long staples. I was stapling a vent, like a little strip vent, you call it.
Yeah.
And I like nailed my fingers to it.
Oh.
So like I pulled my hand out and like the vent came with it. It's like, that doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
And that hurt more than some of the other stuff I've done with like, yeah. I don't know. It's just kind of, yeah. That's interesting.
Good shower thought, Taylor.
Very good shower thought.
Also, you can be a little less formal. It's okay. He
Yeah.
was.
We're
Yeah.
loose. It's
Also,
all right.
yeah, if you listen to this, just anytime throughout the week, send in voice messages.
We'll get to them
questions.
eventually.
Yeah, we'll answer them.
Even though Brittany's was in like August, I think.
Yeah, which that was a
Sorry
voice
about that.
message. But yeah, I mean, I remember Taylor.
Well, should we get into the smart teen thing?
Oh, yeah, sure.
So Taylor on episode 23.
Which was?
Do you not remember? It was a while ago. You can check that out.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm assuming it's Taylor. Taylor
Yo.
Yobro, U.S.
Hello, yo, bro.
Taylor Yobro. How to be a financially smart teen / how to set your kids up for financial success. I mean, you've got a business. I dabble in some business stuff, but
Yeah.
I would say personally, like, okay, in our culture here, and I don't know, is this even in other people's culture? I don't think it is the whole thing of like giving your parents money
Oh, yeah.
until a certain age. Like, I don't think,
No, that doesn't seem like that's.
but they also then at 18, you're kind of expected to like you pay everything.
Yeah, maybe
So-
move out.
Maybe some people don't know, so I'll explain a little bit.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
what's very normal is around here, typically when someone starts working, when they're a young teen or whenever, well, typically it's young. It's probably like 13, 14 when people start working. You work, and normally, like there's people I know that have gotten, like personally, like they get like 15% of their money.
Yeah.
And then they don't have to worry about buying like clothes and gas
Food.
and sometimes maybe even a car,
Yeah.
some stuff. So, it's a different way to do it. And then, some people are like half. That's probably more normal now, is you get half your money until you're maybe 18, then you get like 3/4, and then typically at 21, then you get to keep your own money. Then you're expected to pay for more stuff. But I don't know if I agree with it. It probably depends on the kid,
Definitely.
but like for me,
Depends if they finish school early,
true.
because that's how our whole family was.
Yep.
Um,
There's a lot of factors into it.
There is, but I think, like I said, it
Yeah,
depends
what's
on the
your-
kid.
what's your thinking?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't.
No,
mean to
go
cut
for
you
it.
off. So for me, I worked part time when I was 14 and 15 while I was doing school, and I got 25%, I think.
Okay.
And I got 25% until I was 18,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got all my money when I turned 19, I think. But I did buy my own car.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the camera
The
went
camera,
back up.
I did notice that.
What?
It's all right.
It's okay. I can see my head, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no. At 19, which I bought my own car. I cashed it off.
Nice.
No debt. Yeah, Dad was pretty big on that. I was like, I don't think you want debt.
Little Dave Ramsey action.
Yeah.
Yep.
No debt. Only cash. No credit cards. No, but then I got a loan on my work van.
Ooh.
So, well, my dad wanted it because I didn't have any credit. So
Oh yeah. Well, that's
you
smart.
need it.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. Personally, like I think it's really, if you're, man, this is tough.
It's good.
Because like there's so many different things. I'm like, so like if your child seems to be fairly responsible, or see, this can work both ways. If they are responsible, I like the idea of giving them money to figure them out themselves. Like you get, we never had allowances, nothing like that, and I'm fine with that. I know there's a lot of kids that did have allowances, and that's fine. We would always, Mom and Dad would always say, like, there are different chores, or maybe not chores, but like different extra things you can do around the house that will earn you a little bit of money. Mm-hmm. So, which I didn't mind that, which is pretty much allowance. You just work for it.
Yep.
So, but I don't know. I just like, I don't know. My whole thing's like, I don't know, because I did not like having 75% of my money going to my dad.
Yeah. I mean, then and then in exchange, you're not.
I'm not
relied upon, like you're not relying on yourself for like buying.
I think the
they
biggest
pay
thing,
for a lot of stuff. Probably.
Yes. Oh, yeah, like everything until I was 18, and then once I think that was 50-50 when we were 18. Mm-hmm. But then I think that's where I really felt it was mostly unfair, because then I had to buy my own food, gas, while being 50-50.
Yeah.
And so that was like,
you did that for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I could make it work.
Yeah.
Rent obviously was not a factor, which is huge for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. But I think, it's going to come down to, I think I'm on the side of giving kids more money early and seeing how they do it, maybe for a time period, maybe 6 months, maybe a year, saying, all right, you can get all your money, or maybe even it's 50%. You can get 50% of your money at 16 for a year, and we'll see if you are ahead at the end of the year, if you're below. We'll track your spending habits, then go from there.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I feel like it's a lot, like you said, a lot of disclaimers, but it's a lot of like on the kid, based on stuff like that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Thoughts? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm probably more on the side of just let them
figure it out.
Like let them figure it out a little bit. But I was also a little bit of a different kid. Like I knew about money. Like I love learning about stuff like that. So like by the time I was 18, I knew more. I don't know if I should. I think I knew more than most adults did about like mutual funds and some of that stuff than the average guy. Like I knew a lot about that. So at that point, like I would have been completely fine just giving me my money and just move on. Then I can start paying for stuff. But what I don't like is parents, like if it's actually almost kind of for your gain, and almost the feeling of like, well, you cost me so much money, and it's like,
oh,
that,
yeah.
I don't know. I get it. And like, I know I don't have kids or anything, but, and some people are probably laughing right now at this. They'll learn.
Yeah.
And I understand, like, it's extremely expensive, but then you also don't have kids then.
Yeah.
But I don't know, some of that stuff borderlines on like almost making your money, like making money off of it. Almost
that
like a long-term
your kids
plan.
Almost feel like
like a workhouse for the family.
Well, that, and I'm just almost like, then you're like, oh, well, almost along the lines of like, oh, well, we kind of need it to get by. We almost shouldn't have had you, or stuff like it could lead to some stuff like that. And I'm like,
Yeah, no bueno.
But I mean, well, yeah, for my sisters, I believe, at least I think maybe, I'm not sure if all of the money, but for sure some of the money will then be for when they get married. Mm-hmm. Dad was going to give the girls back the money that the girls had earned Dad, and it's not like he's just spending all that. Like I don't think he spent a dime of it. He keeps it though, and then I think he'll be able to use it for the wedding and stuff like that. So it's like still a good thing. And then
that,
for mine,
like that, I agree with.
Yeah.
That's cool. And I think I would not be opposed to doing a little bit of that, I would almost give the kid the option. And also how your kid, like if you know the kid's just going to spend all the money,
Yeah.
it's probably smart to do that for a year or two of like, okay, we get half of it. This is to help you. It's not to like for us to make money and
Yeah.
spend on stuff. But yeah, I like that.
But then for me, I've actually no idea what Dad's planning on doing with my side of the money. I know how much I made him, and I'm like, it'd be nice to have that back.
TBD.
So I believe he had mentioned something one time about possibly it could be a down payment on a house. He'll give that back to me for when I get married, and
Cool.
so that would be very nice. Don't know if that's the final plan. I have no idea. I haven't really talked about it at all. So
Either way, they did a lot for you.
they did. And
They
I'm
did a lot
so
for me,
thankful. And I'm
and
glad
doesn't
they
need to be-
did.
yeah.
That's the thing. I'm not in the. That's one of those.
You'll
things
be
where-
extra glad if they get.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like one of those things. You know how they say like, oh, you like once you grow up, you'll thank me, and it's like spankings as a kid or
Yeah.
whatever like that. I know people don't.
Yep.
Spankings, whatever. But like, it's like, oh, well, like we did it because we love you, and like as a kid, you're like, if you love me, you wouldn't spank me.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those things, well, when you grow up, you'll understand. That was one of those things where it's like, I'm 17, 18 years old, not getting all my money. Now I'm 20, almost like getting close to 21, and I'm like, oh, thank you so much for doing that, because now I have thousands saved up from what my dad got, and
Maybe.
maybe.
But yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's good.
But either way, I can help Dad out.
Absolutely.
So, he's done a lot for me as well with taking me to golf tournaments when I was a kid, and
Yep.
and investing time, which is, I think, more important than money. Time is money,
Absolutely.
but time greater than money.
Time, yes. If I could buy time, well, if I could buy,
We've
if I
had
could
that
have more,
discussion.
if I could have time, or if I could have more time or more money, it'd be more time.
I believe so. Well, I think we talked about that one. I think it was on the podcast.
Yeah, it
right?
was. I forget.
It was like if we could have
Which episode?
26, 30 hours in a day,
Yep.
would we buy it? Like, yeah, we would.
Yeah,
Oh, it'd be awesome.
that'd be sweet.
Also, that'd be interesting is, would more sleep be factored into that? Would we need more
true.
sleep, or could we just run on, could we stay awake for, if we had 30 hours a day, could we stay awake for 20 hours a day and sleep for 10? Or 22 and sleep for 8, 24, sleep
I
for
think
6?
your ratio would be the same.
I
like
believe
you
so.
just
You need a
exponent-
little more.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Interesting.
we've been going for a while.
Well,
oh, shoot.
we've got to end with the verses
Yes.
thing. Well, not Bible verses. We could, but we're gonna go
Which verse is
with.
better?
We're gonna go with. Well, I think I know your answer. Hoodie versus jacket.
Jacket being that,
Like a jacket is something you like have to zip up.
this.
Well, just it has to be a zip up, and a hoodie is no zip up. Like obviously you know what a hoodie,
Hoodie.
is. Yeah, you're a big hoodie guy.
Massive hoodie guy. Comfort over a lot of stuff. Yep.
Comfort. I don't know. I'm a little torn. Like hoodie, if I don't care about how I look or like what that is, I'm definitely a hoodie guy.
Fair.
But
I would say-
jackets, I love that jackets.
If
See,
it-
if you put a hoodie on, if your hair is perfect, it gets all messed up.
My hair's never perfect, so I don't
And
worry about it.
same. So it actually is like, I don't really mind. But for looks, I love jackets.
Okay, so if the question were quarter zips versus hoodies, that's where I
Ooh,
would really think about it. Because I love a
Quarter-
good quarter zip.
ooh.
You know that like,
Golf quarter zips?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
because some of them have hoodies in the back. You know what I mean?
Oh, true.
And
yeah.
but then you could zip it down enough to where you can get your hair's fine when you put it.
Yep.
Smart.
That's
Come on.
shower thoughts again.
Yes.
The
So-
hair thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Shower caps.
The shower caps. I call shower cap.
That's awesome. No, but yeah, like I think definitely hoodie gang.
Yeah,
For
for
sure.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely love hoodies. So
I'm gonna have to take. I think I'm gonna have to take jacket.
That's
It's more. It's more versatile.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
That's all right. Well, hey, we'll see you next Wednesday morning. Hopefully, this made your morning a little bit better.
Yeah.
May have some bonus episodes every once in a while, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
We're just gonna kind of throw them in there probably.
I was.
So
Yeah. One quick thing. I was like, what should we call our listeners? So like, I listen to Ghost Runners. That's where we met Jake Triplett. All of that. So they call them ghosties, people that listen to them. But also, Correct Opinions is with him and Trey, and they call them recties. And so-
Yeah.
But we're our perspective, because we could do that, like specties.
Hey, this is you. This is not
Well,
my.
I don't know. I just like what someone should figure out a name, what we could call
Yeah, y'all can.
all like 50 people that listen to us.
Yeah.
We could be the gang, the gang of perspectives.
Hey, if you think of something, we'll we'll
don't
shout
know
out
the
the best
name.
one if you
Yeah.
guys think of one. So
I don't know the name is that good for nicknames.
there's got to be someone out there that'll be.
We have smart listeners. I believe we do.
Oh yeah,
We do.
super smart.
Someone's going to do it. Hey, send in a voice message.
Yep.
And say this is what it should be.
Yep.
So, all right. Hope you have a good Wednesday.
See you next Wednesday morning. Maybe.